Hashtag. Yeah, it's very
Okay, let's wait everyone to be there. Yonga, Lobson. Now let's hope Yonga will come through. Yes, Nandrova. Sudros. No one is waiting to arrive inside, Noel.
Calden Doma. Okay, just one.
Ali Sarpa.
Total 9. Looks like 700.
Alden Doma. With that.
She
doesn't know how to connect.
그만해요, 라마산. 총대지 단계 랑 절. 그래서 당고 여자, 지금 당고도 가면 쉽신이래 했어.
어도.
나 짝 미지 나다 갈아마서 되는 지금.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, Yonga should be cool. And Snam Trova. Oh, Alden Doma, Shoka Dele. Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Two people are missing. And two important people actually, because today we are supposed to speak about this difference between teaching in a group and teaching only to one student. And then here we have only Lobsang who got the experience, like the both Lobsang.
Yeah, I think Yonga and Sonam both has to come.
Yeah, they have to come because without them, this makes it's important to have their feedback also. Noyan, can you call them?
Yeah.
Actually, Lobsang is a very good teacher, you know. Same name, you know, like me.
Plus, cosa? 남기는데 doesn't even.
Lobsang has that natural skill to be a teacher. I don't know, like so nice of seeing your videos on YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, you are like a how you say, like you are destined to be a teacher, a great teacher.
It's since you were born, it's in your blood.
Smiling all the time, you know, smiley all the time. His smile doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, so important to have a good presence in front of student. Yeah.
I'm just imagining how he can have that smile for 3 hours continuously. You know?
Maybe we can have a retreat, you know, first.
Maybe we have to learn from Lobsang, you know, he might have some a trick or like manga. Yeah. Might have some manga to give us. Manga or damga.
It's the one way.
It keeps playing in his mind, you know, like some funny stuff. Playing in his mind.
There's a book called The Power of Positive Thinking.
Wow. Are you the leader? Yeah, what? And then, so while we are waiting for you, Jolkar,
She's trying to join. I think her internet is a bit slow, I think.
Okay, Shimit and Rinchen, like, can you give us any feedback, comment on the class you observe and the class you co-teach? Yeah, like Rinchen, I see you unmute already, so you can start.
Kazing dingela di lobchuk rela gigini dredi.
When you co-teach, nyamyun di sadika, so okay, whatever you need to say or a comment or feedback, if you.
Nyola this subs rani konzongila this stage da kimagimani then 이제 뭐 남도가 이게 this 지마시지 아니 폰네 교교 그래 카반네 저저 디 빈드 떼엔디도 심바야 아니 디 빈드다 엔더지 계절로 시는지 냠용로도 어스자포라사
Oh yeah, that's great.
또 삐드에 대해서 혼술라 삐드니 신이야가 고추 심마다 인데 칸이 인트레이트 망보로 치드나 주제 샤하다 오드랑 써이도 삐드인기를 안 고주 야가 고추
Exactly. Je konso especially netse tampo desola netse mao desola deshe gavia di pechu mindu menajina. Ya go mare ngore pedne deshe deso gotu mindu for sure.
Yes.
That's so very good.
No. Точно.
Any Shime? Lobsang, you want to say something about this first? Then to Bloso.
Lobsang.
You wanted to say something?
Me?
Yeah?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Any Shime?
당부게랑 뜻이라 뜻이 찹서처래요. 아니 간디로 차이나 삼스타라. 근데 제가 안에 이제 게임에 주더라. 아니 제시인데 자두가라 분수 뜻이라 당문은 시그레들라 다리래도 라이도 카시가시 안에 벽에나 람 미드 슈 약부도도 라이도 또 슈라나 가리를 라이죠. 또 슈란다 뜻이죠. 자요 말안 빠르면 요 말아. 또 고마서 슈라나 또 페도 라레 라이죠. This color, secret dishes at the pay color. Stones.
Of course. Any what is the solution? Sunda.
Color this Laglin Chidan that this Yakurocha. This new one was Yakushin Meva and this color the Isukia teaching and Bogli as Chidan this Yaru Dojo around so the guess.
Yeah, So, and you bring a very important comment, yeah. Lotu kashi tiwa mambo tidu tsigrere la tiwa tidu, yeah.
tsi그레 티버트 베드도
Yeah.
지시 자마트도
What should you do as a teacher, as the language partner?
더 제랑아 더 페나 당게 슈도 질라서 슈라도 더 지시도 자민도 한도 아니 더 할로 베도 라자 하장도 라요 아니 근데 라셔 아니 하장라도 특사 차도다 혼자라
Yeah, exactly. Netse la tane hago iregira like netse mao deso la ende mambo la mare. Konso you can try to explain, yeah, some words, but if they don't have the level to understand, then just sha. They don't need to understand everything. They should not ask question for every word, yeah. Like yesterday in the training, you were saying also, sometimes students try when they are reading something, they are trying to understand every word, yeah. No, the most important is to understand the sentence, the context, you know.
Whose dog is that?
Ponda
Suki.
So what I was trying to say, like, yeah, it's not about understanding every word, because the big problem is the student that are trying to translate every word. We have to put a big stop in front of them. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, they should not, yeah, we should not explain every word. We should, especially for the Netema, we should just make them understand the context, the sentence. Yeah, then that's the most important. If you're not able to explain the word, if you don't have a picture or like an example proper to make them explain, that's mean you just leave it like this there. It's okay. Robson, you want to add something about this?
Look, show some example which is around you, you know, if you have any hacha. Like a shibo, then shibo chembo. Like you show with something which is around you, like a book or something which you can show with a comparative. That is actually shibo is like a comparative, right? Hachang chembo tu. Then the best thing is that you can say jela inda. I use that always. If the word is like if it is not in context with the book or something, if he or she is asking something also outside of the context or even in the text, and if you can't explain, then you say jela inda. For A2 and like higher levels, you say like when it comes to 37 practice and all, like many of those you can't explain. So you say, oh, I have to refer to somebody and then I will tell you. Did you get it? Like, oh, no, I don't have the example. So jela inda. For N0 and A1, you say jela inda. If they can't understand, you can say in English like next time. Then once they understand, they jela inda. Yeah. You can do that. I did that many times. Sometimes they are not happy with it, but still, that is how you are supposed to do. You know, otherwise, it like as Chimi was saying, like you can't finish all those things. Do we ask questions all the time? Yeah.
Yeah, because we have a limited timing to respect. It's kind of important. The mission, yeah. Every step, 25 minutes. That's important to respect. Because in 25 minutes, the information is enough. The work you are doing there is enough. So you can't explain every word. Also, especially during the Nipa Kapsu, it's an input, yeah? There is so many information for the student. It's new vocabulary, new topic, new dialogue, something. But they're not supposed to understand everything. You can explain a little bit. They will understand by reading or listening again, and then by answering the question. But even though in the Tun Sumpa, when the Tsiksar Legitu, Chacho Legitu, di konso jego di chedu kapsu, and Tun Nipa ki Jayana Losel Digare, Limur di Gotuire. Yeah, it's coming before. After, I mean, if the activity is coming after, they will understand the beginning one. You see, it's also like this. So you don't need to explain everything there. right? You're not supposed to explain much. Yeah, they're not just supposed to be able to make the activity. Their question, if they're able to answer this question, that's enough. They don't need to understand the rest of the idea that is in there, right? That's all. Shema? Emilia, you want to say something maybe about
No,
this?
that was
Okay.
perfect. Well done.
So where is, seems like Snandraka is waiting to be accepted.
It keeps on showing joining, you know. I think maybe it's a kind of internet.
Maybe her connection is not good.
Yeah.
Oh, less.
Okay. Yeah, Yonga could join, so maybe her internet is not good.
Okay. Okay, but okay, let's not let's start now that Yonga is there at least. So today, next topic, it's about having feedback on these differences between teaching a group class or teaching only one student, yeah, one-to-one or a group class. So Yonga and Lobsang, please share with us your experience during these 2 days, and then any challenge that you face that maybe together we can discuss and find a solution.
Which Lobsang?
Course guide number 2, Losa, the smiling one.
You said next time when you call the names, you said smelling Lobsang or D Lobsang. Okay, there are 2 Lobsangs. Get confused.
We should find a way of making differences here. Okay, let's start with Yonga. Yonga, can just choose a group class Lobchuk Nila Sumla Labdikos.
त्यसको सन्तोष त ढङ्गल लौसाले चिल्ला
Okay. Course guide number 2, Losa. Give us any challenge that you face, anything that we can discuss.
이 미모번연도 라트 상바야 단다 베르지야 베르웍데 디스 카포토네
This what Norian, can you mute Ponda? Norian?
Yeah.
Ponda, can you mute please? Because we
Yeah.
can't hear properly when 2 people are speaking.
Where is it?
Ponda, thank you. Losang Sonda.
근데 루노로야 아니 베르웍데 디스 지도라 가신 삼성 같이 고추 같이 고마스들 라조를 쪼고더라 그로스 노노 미숨로이나 참아 디 레벨 집어 말았다 이제 같이 든저 라조로 쳤어요 아니 같이야 주세 개와도 주세야 디 개와도 스투드 네 잠데야 그루노지데 삼바 트로피지라 베모보라 투투라 신다도이나 라글라게 지나 지도이나 라 고마즈나 잘라나 테마 기시 그루노라 미숨라야 테마 니니라이나 아니야 니니 지나 미숨으로 투차두라 이 디나 미지나 테마지 지지와 수마도 라오 말아다 그 신의 예제로 쇼마라 아니 진도르지다 주세를 디도 니 배워ok 디스 카보르도 야 단다 배워ok 디스 단다 그런서 담보도 니와 나로를 배워ok 시라 카보드립니다 다마도나 가시 고뇨보들이 요라 어디 아니 단다 그루노라 레오 베시레다 아니 란디 카체 아니 니 카체 담보 기지 드레라 기체데 라체 카보도 디바라야 디세 사도
Yes, Emilia, you want to say something about this first?
You can go ahead. I wanted to kind of collect the
Okay.
together.
Let's collect first all and then see. So here we can see one challenge is about the time, keeping like the time is taking more time or how to manage the time. One big, I understand this is something challenging. And then second one is some activity are more complicated. This is more like actually technical stuff, I think, yeah. For the pair work, it's more technically more difficult to manage, I think. And then different level in a group, yeah. We have a group that normally all are A0 or A1 like this, but of course they have different skill, yeah. They have some are better in writing, maybe some are better in speaking, some are better at reading. Of course, we have some little bit difference in the group. That's why I keep this idea. Any younger, what about you?
Di lawas nyeji the left of the sound there di chim ngati kud da pal kum do de tapsi do na de la the le.
Yeah, Emilia, this is a big problem. Actually, Konga is having the same problem. Any like when he's pressing on a draw, like something, it's not coming on the like the student can't.
The object sim but ding la nyeji namju photo no lo ngazu the initial creation and sound the limit da ni phone chik chi ya da ba kaza object ra what list jela ni sound li jere do samsa kaza kum du la skuzai.
I was wondering if it was an update issue because you guys mentioned that your settings were changing at the same time. We wanted to actually do a separate topic on this because there's a way to, I think it happened in the class with Sonam Dokar. The student was explaining to her how to make the sound go through the computer. I don't have I don't know why I can't see the same setting. It was in more. I remember that. Di lobsan di trotang hago yebe. Lobsana. Di Zoom nang la dadi. Like you can share a computer audio or you can share the audio through the speaker. Is that part of the problem?
Yeah.
Also to the problem, right?
I think yeah, I got the similar problem, but I think it's the sharing. In sharing section, if you are sharing your screen to the student to listen to the sound, then it says that share with the computer sound. If you don't do that, then student can't hear. But if you share with the computer sound in the setting, in the share itself, it is there. If you do that, then I don't think there's any problem. My problem solved like that. Before I had the same problem.
Lobsang, we're planning on making a little instructional video and some steps for how to also do this, and then we're gonna add it as a topic for this group.
I would like to know also, and I'll try. I will test.
You're not the only one.
But because I feel like it's not. I wonder if it's only when you screen share or even when you don't screen share, they can't hear the audio. Like they have to change like hearing what you're speaking or hearing the audio of the computer. This is let's make another topic about it. Yeah, of course. But it's important thing to solve. That's so. Any younger.
Ngala edu plastic kang emindura kuma hagoda odi da tutule kang emindante A1 A2 I don't know A2 ra lo ni ti ni la ni chik homo chik teskale ka gudu ha koyala ndo digi Anila des koya des lelha do te an des go te lelha do homo di des go te lelha o digi tse mang go ta ani 가장 팀만 지나 팀만 니 처리 니가 라 뷰티 타임도 같이 지와 지와님 이제 보면서 지와 망보도 아니 뭐 깔레 빼 하고도 난조 빼 갈래 하고도 레드도 아니 어디 지와 사망 갈래 지야 아니 이 타임도 뷰티 다 타임 팀 담보디 라까 봐 뷰티 디 강인데 신다 믹스 캔도 아니 나중에 인다 코라니를 봐도 로야다 시야 삼아 코라니랑 같이 주다 브레이크 룸 도우미도 A2 plus the break room so do they in a level to Kaisna Tama A2 plus in the Tama Gota Kokote Kasanga break room to Kosunga Korageras, Anganyam to Tiksha, Chendanium to Sha, young Anyam to Shendatisha, Ponium Chakama, she's Shara, Ani Yagu to Ani then the A2 the Ani did Mora Tadea woman to the Takwa any Tawachiru, that is the Morangi Kangirish. Mato 아니 스크린샷 지야디 코라니게 개투 제일 제나 두스페면 고도도 어디기 게 나랑기 코라니가 글럽데 같이 지대 같이 이니 네 스크린샷 지도 좀바니 가방아 코라니게 스크린디 지대비 시시 샤이 나랑기 지대미가 같이 있는 나랑 스크린샷 제제바 제 아니 코라니게 지대비 가방아 거미지 커브리지 지대 바이나 아니 가방아 지대 지대 치마사부터 이게 이 레라도 가이제 코라니라 스크린샷이 뜬달라나 뜬데도 양디 야 다른 스크린샷 가게가 켰대야 랩시는 거 두세 번 모두 어디기 이가랑을 스크린샷이 되더라디 테스트 데이도 안도 제가 해
So can you resume? Like one is about the screen share, yeah? Screen share, you feel it's better if the teacher make the screen share, right? Okay, Anishima, teacher screen share.
진짜 튼 당보디 뷰티 당해라. 가지고 군수 레벨 보면 준비 레벨 때 갈라.
It's same than Losang, yeah. Different like challenge about the fact that student has different level in the group.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Losang, can you share your experience, advice?
Like screen sharing, actually, what Yunga told was actually I did it because it's a Google Drive, it's in the Google Doc. You can see actually what they are typing. So if you have two screens like me, then it's not a problem. You can like what I do is that on this I open student's notebook, and then on my actual computer I open the Zoom screen. That means even if they share the screen, I don't look each individual's screen sharing. They can share, but I don't look at this. I look at this. And I can see what they are typing, where they are working. You know, in the Google Doc, you actually see where they are, what are they typing, right? So that is actually Yunga was doing. It was great. It's easier for the teacher. She can see two at the same time. She don't need to jump here and there, and a lot of work reduced. Actually, what Yunga thought was exactly a good idea. The other one. You have to stop. This happened to me before. So if she asks so many questions, and in the beginning itself, one thing is that you have 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes of asking questions. And then within once, I think it's better for next time, you just put a mobile phone, 10 minutes. And you just 10 minutes start, and then put there. And then what is the alarm comes, and then done it. Whether she finished or not finished, it's completely done there. It's stop. You say, oh, time up, finish. And the dictation. Dictation, I always, even I had this problem with the Shijakancha because one or two of the students are very slow in writing. So what you can do is that what just Yunga was saying, you can see two screen, right? Am I right? Even the Anila is writing faster, then you can do two. You say, Anila, you write this, and then Tin, you write this. So you just follow both. And once Anila finish, and once the time up, even Tin didn't finish it, you just stop there. You say, okay, dictation finished, and that's all. So you can do, because you are seeing both screen, you know who is writing fast. So you just like do two at a time. I did that before because the other three students can write faster. One of the students can write faster. I just open the one who is writing faster, and then I can see what she's writing. I dictate for others, and then for the one who is writing slowly, I especially ask her to write, oh, Didi, you have to write this. And the others, I said, whatever the other dictations are there. So even if 10 minutes, even they cannot finish the dictation, even they finish only 5 words, that's completely fine. You don't need to finish all the 10 words or the 2 sentences, whatever it is there. Even if they can finish completely, it's very good. But even if they can finish 2 or 3 or 5, it's completely fine. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, this also I think answered the time management, yeah, a little bit. What about the time management for Zhongdep? What do you think, Emilia? Because like that's true that for the mission we have very specific activity for each section. So we know we have this one in 25 minutes. We finished or no, it's the 25 minutes for this section. But for Jongdep, it's a little bit more abstract, I
It
think.
is more abstract, yeah.
A0. Mhm.
I mean, what I also heard from that was that with the group, it's also more difficult to kind of complete all the activities in time. So I think that's going to be a difference also in how we split the material, Senge, that maybe the variation between Lobsang, did you notice that we changed the pace of the lessons as they were cut? Like how much material to cover in the 3 hours? Just nangala de lobsen katsu tsarpere stile yorba de twangse.
Ala bag.
Ngoma di chutu sung nangala katsu ba dule kore ngoma chashi ngoma la lobse lobdu ngoma la ngo di tuna.
예, 보면 대 조배 주. 아니 제시 돈지 숨바기 디 마치 to the March
Yeah,
March
it's
17.
for the group.
First lesson the moya jogope dore 3.5 doisms. Donse sumbaki ngaba de doisms. Ngare shiwari chiba dore.
Ngapa ba de shiba ba de.
Niva
Are
Bhati,
di-
Ngava Bhati. Captain Lobsen Ngava Bhati Dosas.
tanda di jiwa jatsada ngi katanya de jinchi ba ngone ya moya ngi katan sungni go donse sumbani go tsuimba. tanda di ya maranja drosada ni wala de date de maranja shifchi 8 March de ma wall 30 tanda ya tangsada.
Emilia, I was thinking maybe for 8-0 we could keep this, what actually happened during the lesson. For 8-0 maybe.
Actually,
Just
actually,
one column.
yes, yesterday, Sangi, who's Sangi or Noria, I don't remember, asked me to do whatever the dates. I shifted a little up. Lobsang, that I did that because there was a gap in between, and then the date was not correct. It's a 8, and then the 11th is not there. It's directly to the 15th. So the date was not correct. So I did the date correction. I show you my screen. It's not only with Yangshi, but other groups also, the same mistake with the date. It's 8-0 here, right? Yangshi, where is Yangshi? Yeah, so here I mess up with the date. This 11 was not there. It's missing. This date is missing.
I
And
change
then,
it. I change it. Kachilana ngaya
Oh,
lonse
you
kaza
changed to?
kachilana ngiya ne lonse ya sumbani gutui ya lonse sumbani gutui. I start from lesson 3.
Correct.
That's why kazangi tari je labra ani ana je yore wala je 8 yore wati ngi change chimba. Tanda ya ship jisa da lonse mangale sar.
Lonse tanda khawa bitale sir.
Tanda 4 kachinji 4.3 lesser. 이내 가자니 리비신 치세 시가지에 아니 라스 리비신 치세 말에 가면 이상하잖아지 담보대 이상아 디니상아 안디바라 론세야 뭐 this 조보도
Re di kanda chigududa Emilia.
Ow, sunda.
So we have to change the date. Lobsang achugo digi date si change chigorwa. Kazan sebo jela shi cha kajepat do charwa.
시차 3
Tadi kem do dinga achugo jela tensho dingi tanda notu dingi ngia ha koso. Chang lonse pete shiwa sumba chawarwa da kantar.
어디 유튜브 링크 낸다.
So this is
어디 4.3
4.3 redo. Sumbani 4.3. And it thing as we jail pa social. The chance Sanya ni Zendana, Sanya call it to Sanya Shivani do Dini do Kigra.
시원이 도로 시원이 도.
Taking Namnola do Kigra. Takanda I just do this chit na yaut.
말에 나야 니엘 생길 컨티뉴스 제가 아니 같이 가려는 선생 딩에데 컨티뉴스 조션 봐. 아무 주제 가면 이상아 리비신 텔라스 아니 PPT 파도 뭐 디치라 PPT 지수 아니 디 가르레 아니 뭐 탭 지지 봐. 타마 뭐 디스라 아니 이게 같이 지라 데 로달라야 로스야 따다 로스 아니 가면 이상아 조서 아니 런세 조이 라스트 가면 이상아 데 안자 런세 for dini che yanja di dream ba revision chitro ni community nga zoso ni pise zos like
Actually, one reason why it's very important to follow the chashi for A1, A2, whatever, whoever like level it is, it's because the student in advance that make their homework, right? Because we use flipped classroom methodology. That means before at home, they're making homework, then they come to class and practice with teacher. So if we don't follow the chashi, then the homework that the preparation they will do at home will not match what they are making with the teacher during the class, the practice. So that's why we have this chashi to follow. But here you have a specific situation with a specific student that we know she has a she is a special one. Yeah, she's the one we know that she's very fast. So
that's why we put 101 like
yeah,
special classes here.
Yeah.
do ina ani tata do kaza ya grow ya ngaya di shoba ya she said to the shaka dream ba maji nya ba kama sub le ja ja jo ya la ba ni
yeah, I think what's the
tata side ya di lesson de khajir do tata side ya shu jobo do min to slow shu do min to this tata side de tata side do.
Okay, that's good feedback. That's good information.
Individual this juatana this do that
this is very, very good information. Thank you.
Yeah, and then I think like a time being for next 2 classes, I think Lobzang, it will be difficult to adjust. I think within next 2 or 3 classes, if you can adjust according to this chart sheet, then it will be nice. Yeah, maybe it will take another 2, at least 3 classes to like exactly follow this chart sheet. And I will change the date. Okay, Lobsang, I will change the date and the YouTube link, which supposed to be till here. Am I right?
Okay.
This YouTube supposed to be till here. And the next one, I think it will be difficult. I think you try to adjust in such a way that within next 3, maybe next 3 till within 3 classes, you can adjust to like according to the plan. Maybe like you already reached 4.3. So that means yeah, 4.3 means from here, I think you need some part of the next chart sheet to like fill all the 3 hours. Then from this you take a little bit apart and then next one, and then you come to the 3rd hour, maybe the 5th class, then you may have like a complete set, like a, so you try to adjust minus and like a minus and a plus, subtract, somehow you do the mathematics, and then maybe I think maybe 5th, with the 5th class, I think you can adjust according to the date. Yeah.
Kazan kaji pajitas.
Kazan 4.3 that the YouTube there.
4.3. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, actually, because what happened is that the first day he complete 2 days.
Okay, then I think we have to adjust all those up and down. But then we have to do this chart sheet. We can't adjust here, no? Because it's from the master file.
we have two different tracks at the moment. We've got a fast track and a slow track, and then we've got a super slow. No, we've got a super
Okay.
fast track.
It will be okay. I will be fine. Yeah.
That it's kind of that's what the digan the tishin du chega wa the kesi no chikle mangan yam du jangna chutsu patsu kogire sakogire ani chutsu chikne jangne den chutsu patsu kogire ni samna phechu chikne jangna nga chunguma ki chashila netse chikle chutsu ni chungas sapo chagna phechu di diksare sine topan yam du yuna di no ni sums yam du jangna den ngati sintu so dupski chashi dapo
Oh, really? Ngomagi chashi mi chik ina ngomagi chashi tagaranchi. Ani sopa nyam to ina chashi sabati.
yeah something this let us discuss a little bit and also give us feedback and we'll let you know what we think is, you know, how we can suggest. But I think Ms. Senge, do you mind if he kind of goes with the one student on their own path and we get some more feedback, or should we see a couple days and see?
To let this one go on his path and we check. Yeah, but I think this one will not be enough to make a Kanjala or official one because she's very specific student, yeah.
Yeah, we have the other
specific profile that she's very
like I like what Emilia said also, like we may have like a fast track, slow track and a super slow track, so that we have three options, you know. At least we need two options, like for 101 the plan like will be like this. They have to finish 20 in within 24 hours. And if it is like group class, then they may have like what whatever the Lozan was saying is actually correct. It's for group class it's good, but 101 she's doing it faster, so we may need like maybe having another option is also good.
Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. So what the most also important variable to keep in mind is the homework. We should not just create a track like this. It has to match the homework in a way that is not so complicated for children to understand how to make the homework.
Yeah, there are a lot of things to think about before we make the changes. Yeah, because it's a lot of work.
You can see all of you. You can understand what's happening in the background. What some of them our brain is. Wow, this is a small one. This experience of knowing how to manage material, how to see different kind of people, and it's so interesting. If like now all of you will start to get experience on teaching. Yeah, first we have to get experience on teaching. Then once you have great experience on teaching, then slowly you will be able to think like us, how to manage all this material, how to create project, and how to do like this. Yeah, you are right on the first step now. Yeah.
One of the questions I wanted to come back to was the difficulty in aligning, even in one group, even though so what are some suggestions that we could make for how to use this to our advantage? Today, one of the things I could share with you guys, we had an orientation with a group of students, and one of their comments about having, studying with the other students, because some of them also have experience doing one-on-one classes. They were saying how much they appreciated the group for this reason. And they were saying that having the other students there was, helpful to sometimes bridge the gap in the difference of their levels. So sometimes this student might understand something, and then that student can kind of help to explain to the others, and even in a way that the teacher might not have an idea. Maybe they can refer to something that's from a different culture, or something that they can refer to in the class that says, here's a way you can understand it. Of course, this conversation shouldn't happen in any other language other than Tibetan during the lesson. But they oftentimes appreciate the ability to help each other when they come into the group with different levels. But what are some other techniques, maybe Lobsang, from your experience, when you have, even though they're all on the same level, they're still learning at a different pace? What are some like techniques to try and bring them all back into the same page?
That was me. It's Lobsang, me.
You're
me, right? Yeah. So like whenever you do because before for 37 practice I was teaching, and I do the mission plan by myself, because what you are doing the mission plan somebody already planned. Then when I was doing my mission plan, I have 5 students, and then I watched the online Arapasa teaching by Genwan Chula, and then I planned the lesson. So like I have 5 students, and one or two of them are very good, and then like one of them are very slow. And then what I did was that when I was planning the mission plan itself, it was like it's a middle, in the middle. It's not very difficult for the poor students, and it won't be so easy for the brilliant, like a more advanced student also. So like mission plans are always in the middle. So with that, when you are teaching in the class, because when you're teaching, when you do activity, most of the activities are individual activities. So I always go with the one who is lagging behind. So in our like a class, there is a nun. So I always open her notebook, and then I just try to help her, give her tips. Like, I won't help her to do everything, but when she stucks, then I say, oh, Chela, maybe like this, or maybe like that, or maybe like this. And then I try to talk to more with her, spend more time with the student who is more, like those who can do the activity, you don't need to do with them anymore, they will do by themselves. But the poor maybe have some problems. So I just always, all the time, because they also need that support. And it's a kind of encouragement for them also. So like Yunga is having a problem with the Tintin, so you don't need to adjust the time for Tintin. But when you do in that specific time, when you do an activity, you can support, you can give her more support. Do you understand? That is a one way to do, yeah. Then one more thing was whenever I teach the class, I'm very, very time specific. Even they didn't finish in the middle of the writing, I stop them. It's nothing else to do. I say time over, stop writing, that's all. And I do that all the time. And it's not that some students in the beginning, some students may say like, whatever it may be, but slowly they get used to it. Like after 2 classes, 3 classes, and they know that when the time is coming, teacher will say that word, like a stop, some sha'ar. Because many a times like they write like with a pen, I just put down your pen, like, so they will stop. I think the time management is also important, but within that time management, if you have a student who is lagging behind, then you give more support. That's my suggestion, yeah.
Okay. Sanjay, you have anything you want to add to that? About
No, I agree. Yeah, I think same. Yeah. Also very interesting to make the teacher interact between them for the higher level to help the lower level in the group. Yeah. So if you have 2 students that seems one is better than the other one, then you make this better one to help the other one. Then both of them will learn very well like this, I think. It's it's not a shame, like it's really by being collaborating. It's all about collaborating. Yeah, so you can make them interact like this.
and Senge, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that that one suggestion is also, you kind of have an idea where the faster student is, and you have an idea where the slower student is. And when you're speaking to them, you're always kind of shooting for the middle. You're not targeting to the fastest student, not targeting to the lowest student. But if you are focusing on, maybe doing any kind of activity and you're adjusting it a little bit, and you're trying to think how to adjust it based on kind of where is the middle range, where is it halfway point between all of them, everybody in the group. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you need to adjust in the middle. I will give you one example. I don't want to scare anyone, but last year, one of my colleagues, he was teaching a group, and then two of them was kind of very high and one was very low. He has very difficulty to keep focus during the lesson like this. And at one point, he started to not come anymore to the class. The mistake is the teacher was more letting the higher student to speak and speak and speak and let them do the activity. Then so the lower student, even if he was motivated, he quit at one point because he couldn't follow anymore. It was too much for him. Because the mistake has been that he focused more on the one of the higher level because they wanted to speak and like this, and he didn't stop them. He didn't stop the higher level. So the lower level felt put on the side and feel no more learning anymore. It was too much pressure for him, so he stopped. So that's why, as Emilia said, find a middle way just to let the both of them feel enough active during the class and interact between them and interact with them. Yeah, that's important.
That's the second element. Oh, sorry, Lobsang, go ahead.
That one was Yunga was saying, 4 minutes is 4 minutes, 2 minutes is 2 minutes. Whether you are good or you are bad, you have 2 minutes, you use it. Then if you can't finish, you finish faster. That's like a put time here, or you just approximately you take, you're 2 minutes over. The best thing is this: you put on, and once it says a sound comes out, that's all done. So in the beginning itself, if you time keep like that, within 1, 2, 3 classes, they will get used to with it. So they know exactly how it works. Then they won't be so stubborn and all these things. And I think one of the Sonam Doha student, I'm feeling that she's very talkative. So you have to control more. It's like she's like the student can do all the things, but within the time, you just stop there. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to control this.
Another thing is that, another thing is that when you speak, I will tell you one of my experience. Now, I used to teach foreign Tibetan languages to foreign when I was at the Dharamsala, and I teach this in such a way that I speak some very strangely. And then once one of the two, my friend is over there, and then two of the geshes from South India come to visit my friend. And then I just went to my friend, ask some questions, and then I come back and I explain to my student. And then once back to my friend was laughing, was like, what happened? The two gishis think you are foreigner who is speaking very good Tibetan, So because I know that the students, I came down in such a low level that I speak like that, because I changed because of the student. Because I use very, very simple sentence structure, and I say it very, very slowly, so that for the two gishis, it sounds like some foreigners speaking Tibetan,
Yeah.
So it's like that. You are coming down. When you say something, you give the instruction, you have to come down. You can't speak as like you are talking to some Tibetans, like your friend, your dad and mom, as like you are talking to some foreigners who are having very limited Tibetan language skills. So you have to come down to that kind of level, like the two gishis think I'm a foreigner who is speaking very good Tibetan.
The same thing happens to me in English now. because I'm so used to speaking with people from different non-English speaking backgrounds I've shifted to kind of what they call international English for one, but even now I speak to some friends from home, or I if I meet a student group with students from America, they look at me and they say, are you American? My own speech has changed, and any of you that have spent time in the immersion classroom in Dharamsala, we have a little running joke in there that it really almost became its own little language. So this is something we ask you all to please be aware of. There's two things going on. One is we have to grade our speech. We call it grading our speech. Make our speech more simple so that a beginner can understand it. And that's something that we learn to do over time. Then there's a point, as Lobsang is explaining, when it kind of goes, you don't realize that you're even doing it anymore, you know? And then your speech also starts to change because you understand how to change this so that a foreigner might understand it. Please try to be conscious of this when this happens, yeah? Because this then is not helping the students anymore. And I think Senge could also confirm that as a student, this then becomes also very frustrating because then you never really learn how to say it in the right way because often, and this is oftentimes the students' fault, I realize, because the students will ask, they want to translate themselves. Yeah, they want to translate themselves into Tibetan, and there's not 100% translation. So I always try to tell the students, don't ask this question. Don't ask how to say in Tibetan. You learn how you need to change your kind of thought, how you want to express it. You need to learn a new way of doing that. But don't seek to satisfy this urge to express yourself 100% the way you want to in Tibetan language. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to learn a new way of doing this. And this is also, the students need to learn. And the only way the students learn how to do this is by getting really the Tibetan way of expressing things.
Yeah, we've experience.
With experience, yeah.
Yeah, we've experience, not with translation. Understand Tibetan language with experience, not with translation. So yeah, important.
With experience.
So I think, as Emilia said, it's really about finding this balance. Yeah. Finding the balance of making your language understandable by beginners. Yeah, mm-hmm. So you have to make it a little bit more easy, but also keep this quality of the language, your real Tibetan language, not transform your language in the foreigner way of mentality. Yeah, that's so important. Yeah,
very important.
That's something, yeah, like this.
And then just coming back to that point that we were talking about the levels, I want to just make sure that it's clear. There were two different things actually we were talking about. One is if I'm the teacher and I'm speaking to my students, I'm going to always target the middle level. I'm going to find from the high and the low. And so what I say to them is I'm going to target that to the middle level of my audience. All right. Then the second point is that when it comes to the student speaking, the problem is sometimes this student talks too much and this student doesn't get enough time. So this is what Yongo was also suggesting. So the second suggestion is to either put a time limit. You've got 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Or just always make sure that you rotate, first you ask this person, then this person, then this person, so that they also feel that they've got a balance in how much they're sharing also.
Yeah, and as we were saying last time, the training, the same topic, make the higher level speak first. If there is question like this, make them say the answer first.
Example.
So it show the example for the other one. Yeah.
This helps a lot. This will also save. This is one way to make a group class much easier than a one-on-one, is because you can always use that higher level student to make the good example. And then the other one will catch more easily once they've seen an example of how it's supposed to be done. That would normally take a lot more effort to get them to catch on. Okay, we've covered a lot now today.
Is it enough, you think? Or should we take a break and we have something else to say? Or any question?
How long did you plan for today?
Today I put 1 hour and a half just to be sure we have enough time to cover everything, but we don't need to take 1 hour and a half. Yeah. It's very funny these days, even when I talk to my parents, I say some word in Tibetan because I want to express something, but there is no translation in my language. So I said it to the, Iji Minji, I don't know how to say this in English. I don't know how to say this in French, but I forgot maybe just how to say it but I just used like this because yeah, it's come with an experience, yeah, with a feeling. And I want to express it, but I found it only in Tibetan sometimes these days. But that's very good to make your student feel like this also. Feel like they know a word, they don't know the translation, but they just feel, they know the feeling behind this word, the experience. So they will use it like this, naturally. Just out. Okay. So, Tua Misel Yobe. Yeah, unfortunately, Sunam Droka has not been able to join us today. So I think this maybe next week or in 2 weeks, we'll meet again about this feedback because it's very new for some of you. And then Jinchen and Shimio, so I don't know when exactly, but maybe they will start also, not sure. And then so we can again discuss about this and give feedback. I know that Jinchen, so I think it's not tomorrow. Tomorrow it's Uprising Day, yeah? But after tomorrow, Sapurbo, on Thursday, you will be observing like co-teaching with Yonga in the morning in a group. So you will also feel this difference, yeah? You have in the afternoon, you have this one-to-one. Then on Thursday, you will feel this group thing. And then you can also give your feedback later, yeah?
So
That's good. Okay. Ani so sa sanin yumare so sa purbula yang kar ngan su zom ki ani sa purbula nge sampala technical stuff ki gang line sare.
Yeah, what's the topic for Thursday? What topic for Thursday looks like? Oh, we haven't said it yet. If we don't have any ideas, anyone that has also any specific questions, any of the can-do statements in the passbook, the training passbook, that's something that's not clear or that you want us to. So one note that we got from today was sharing the audio. So maybe that's one of the topics we'll cover on Thursday. But if there's something else that you guys are requesting us specifically to focus on or to clarify, then just send a message either directly to one of us in the group or just into the group itself. And that way we'll know to focus on the topic.
And then for the new arrival like Rinchen, Shime, Palinoma, and Ngawang, very important you check all this technical stuff, how to make live stream, how to fill up the profile, how to copy the link, initial creation, because we need to see that you are able to do all this. Then when we are confident about this, then you will be able to lead a class, yeah? And also, of course, how the methodology of teaching. But all these technical stuff are so important so we can feel no stress. We just, okay, now Jinchen, she has her class. I'm not even stressed. I know she's able to do all of this. I don't get sick like today. Yeah. Too much pressure. Yeah, so, just show us that you're able to do it. We need proof that you're able to do all those things. Then we can feel relaxed. And then we can feel confident that, okay, we can let her. We know all these online things are kind of very tricky, very challenging, yeah? But nowadays with the world we are living in, everything is starting to happen online. So I think it's very good skill to learn and to be able to, to manage, to do it, yeah. That's
손난다 난길라.
어디 라이브 스트림 진행시나라 라이브 스트림 진행시나 아니 더 가려나 팔라겔라 때모라
so link tungare kira live stream di sudache kira che tumna ani nganso la di link tangore ani kong che tu gitu hakos ani di to ya andi do
Share to do chicken akiranda noryang nandi chokpo choktu chiksona, and then it's a chitukire sti noryang hago girwa the course guide 1 yamdu chituche di when yamdu chitik then kochitu che to do then he can practice with it, yeah.
Yeah, she's not Palden Dorma, so she can meet at the same time, yeah? So we can,
also we could do those at the
both
same
of them can join.
It's actually easier one by one because they have to use the ID. So we could, if you also want to, I'm not sure if you've gotten the training for it. So once you've looked over, we can show you where to get the information on this. And then when you're ready to test it, let us know. I think you were there already for the live streaming training. So maybe, and then that's it's okay to recording and to get your recording. Yeah.
We have like kind of SOPs, means like some videos that show you how to do all those technical stuff. So you can look at it, get prepared, get ready. Then we can meet to check, to make the assessment. You know how to do it or no.
Perfect. Also,
Annie.
I want to say something, can I?
Of course.
Last time I forgot to say this actually. The question comes to me, you know, Tibetan language is actually belongs to the Tibetan, but why so many like Emilia and Sangye and the aunties from France, why so many foreigners organizing this kind of a teaching program? And why we Tibetans can't? This is a very big question. Even I don't know, even if you feel bad or good, whatever it may be, it's a good actually. So what is my suggestion is that you have to learn all the skills, and in the future you have to think about running a school by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll not be upset.
Can we do it?
Do it.
Yeah. In the future, you see, in the future, there are so many Tibetans who are living abroad, and they need this kind of like a teaching style to learn the Tibetan, definitely. Yeah. So, like, you know, Noria might have, like, I always think about it. I was like, why we can do it? I remember once again, like the Kongo Dawasiri, Dharamsala Dawasiri Dayton. He did Dayton many times. Now he's the member of Tibetan Exile Parliament, right? He said the same thing, you know. Why Tibetans can't organize such kind of program to teach the Tibetan? Why somebody else is doing this? Like, you know, it's a very big question. That's why I'm encouraging to you, learn all the skills from those people, and in the future, maybe we can able to do by ourselves, you know, maybe become a very big ones. But still, these skills are now you are learning in the beginning. You may don't know all how it works, but maybe in the future, 3, 4, 5 months, then you know how it is important. And actually it can feed your stomach, your family. And it's a great contribution to our Tibetan language and culture, especially language. So why don't we take this opportunity and do something, you know? And that is actually my suggestion. And that I always think like that, because when I joined Isuke, I don't know anything. Now I'm supposed to be a very small team manager, you know. So all the skills actually I learned from Emilia, Sangye, and Auntie, and Noria, and all this. So in the future, maybe you can start a business, small business. You can say business, you know, why not? And business running a Tibetan language school in the future. And all this actually you can learn from these people. These people already in here. The only thing is that you listen and you extract. That's all what you have to do. Yeah, really, seriously.
That's really all
I'm in the middle of extracting everything from Emilia and Sangye and all, you know. Every day I ask, you know, I ask them, Pumba Kanshi to Tero Nans, and as a Piki Chicken at Euro. Lama Gildomala Chin on the Tamba Pumba Kanshi to the Nansigara, near Consula Narochi Lavi. I think I'm not ashamed of asking for them also. That is also the things which a skill which I like and I need it. And I will ask them in the future also. And I'm not ashamed of it. only thing is that I know that I'm doing something with the Tibetan language. As long as I'm doing for Tibetan language, I will do anything. That's all what I'm doing now, and I will do in the future. And I'm asking you guys also, please learn and do it, because this is something we are supposed to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. And we are welcome. I think we are very happy to contribute. I'm learning also myself with this experience. I'm learning so much. And then since I was little, I wanted to learn Tibetan language, but by working with Tibetan language, it brings so much more benefits to myself. Yeah. Because Lobsang was saying like it's mainly about the language, but the language and the culture are so related. Culture, so it's all connected. So I think thank you also to give me this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely, it's an opportunity for us. That's what makes it so nice to actually do, is to be able to share the information, to be able to share it with other people. So it is our goal. Thank you.
Yeah, really, if you are motivated, you are all welcome to in the future start your own business and like this. We have no opposition to that. I think. Yeah. So I need to just share.
국급 렌쇼아 정말 국급 렌쇼 국급 쇼마 치와.
제라치요. 여보치요.
제라치요. 도시나.
도시나.
도대체 질러줘요.
더